one's name is Amarula. I don't know if you guys know the drink Amarula. They sponsored him. And then we've got Mavuso, Ikamele, Labombo, and Tabu. Tabu has died because he's been here for a very long time and he's over his age and stuff. I was the biggest elephant I've ever seen in my whole life. He was probably about a meter and 20 centimeters higher than the roof of this vehicle. It's one of the biggest elephants ever recorded also. It's close to 11 tons. This guy weighs about 8.5 tons, so put another 2.5 on top of this.
Hey, Pilanesberg.
This one actually also had the most beautiful tusks in the park. One of the tusks did break a while back. Tusks do break because they use them to dig, break trees. They don't just break branches, they'll break trees, they'll fight with other elephants. And it's a relatively soft calcium phosphate and it does break. It never stops growing, but it will never look as nice as the other one.
This is the second.
Mr. Pilanesberg. The green water we've got here is duckweed. Duckweed.
Did you want me to move? Just a tiny bit.
Very high protein.
Just your head. Stacey, if you can move your head a tiny bit. There we go.
Egyptian geese,
Thank
yellow
you.
ducks, black-faced ducks, all the little ducks.
You got it?
They'll go in here early morning, late afternoon. About 75% of your protein. Yeah, they do.
Oh, he's ignoring it. He's like, yo, he's
Showing you the better side.
yeah.
When they turn around, it's the best side. Or the best end.
Like he's going to turn around, right?
Right.
I don't. So if the tusks break, how will you get it back? I mean, it'll grow. It'll
Carries on growing, yeah. But it will never look like the other one. Not again. From a young age, about 5.5 years old, the tusks start showing. And they use their tusks on a daily basis. They'll use the trunk, lift a piece of grass, hook it over the tusk and break it off. You know, they'll break the branch. And they also wear their tusks down. That's why the one tusk got a nice sharp end. Other one is blunt now. Other one will get sharp again eventually, but will never be the same length as the other one. It does take a lot longer to grow when they get older anyway. This guy's about 50.
How often do you guys?
So he's in his prime.
How
He's in his
often?
prime at 52.
How often does the veterinarians come out here and give them shots and all that stuff? Do you do that?
It's a national park, so we don't intervene with the animals at all.
Oh, they do.
If there's an injured animal, you leave it. Nature takes its course. It's survival of the fittest, unfortunately. Me coming from a background of rehabilitation and helping animals, it was quite bad to fit into this area because I would have driven around, get lion cubs in the park, and one of the males injured the lion cub and it's got an injured back. The rest of the pride's walking away, that cub's not going to make it through the night, you know, and I'm not allowed to get out and go and...
Like they do
I love animals, I love helping animals, but I'm not allowed to because if I do that and Park Sport finds out, I sit without a
What are
job.
those behind that? Those are warthogs?
That's the warthog.
Coming down the hill.
So it's very difficult, but in a way I understand because it's nature's survival of the fittest. You don't want weak animals rehabilitated and weakening the rest of animals through the gene pool as such.
Now, why did they bring? You said that they delivered these animals here, right?
Yeah, most of the animals were introduced into the park in the 1970s.
Okay.
This was a volcano a very long time back, about 1.2 billion and 4 years back now. It stood very high, and then with it being a volcano, you've got a lot of minerals and gemstones and stuff, diamonds, platinum, everything here. So a lot of people started mining here in the early 1900s, 1920, 1936. They built the first building on the property. a lot of miners, and then with the miners they needed food, so they started shooting out all the animals that were here, and then they started getting in livestock like cattle and sheep, and they did citrus farming here, and it was the citrus farming and the cattle and the sheep. The predators also took out their livestock, so they started killing the predators, so eventually there was almost nothing here.